This unit covers planning for library automation. Under this we have objectives, introduction, success starts with staff, attitudes that shape the automating journey, baseline assessment, digitization of catalog and other print materials, then conversion of manual catalog to machine made online catalogs, choosing appropriate software, automation software, role of application vendor, conclusion. So, now already we saw about that how what all automation brings about, but still once again it brings about improved resource accessibility by providing enriched search and search option with discovery tools that bring users all the materials with speed and access. That means all the resources in a single interface, theses, books, online, e-books, journals, etc. under single interface. You need not go and click the thesis books or thesis. You can directly search in this same interface. It is used to provide access to different publishers' resources like e-journals, books and digital repositories through access from remote areas. It helps to share resources through consortia and online. It is very helpful. And efficiency, because of integrated operation, all the materials on the things, all the information is shared. So, library can track the resources anytime through automated in-house operations. So, efficiently it can track the resources. The integrated automation system helps us to generate reports for building the collection development and also for improving the user services. They identifying gaps in the collection if there is any unimproved services. To make users feel more comfortable, user friendly, certain things like JAWS software is a software for visually handicapped people. So, different softwares can be used for differently abled people so that users are highly satisfied. These are the things which are really available in the market nowadays. Automation enables exchange of data and integration with smooth workflow. There is a streamlined workflow for managing the resources, access to easy resources. Sharing of the data brings about cost, reduction in cost, savings. In the process of automation, we also think about strategies of preservation, digital preservation. Digital preservation, what is the standards we follow? OAI and PHP and protocols, so that these digital resources are easy to access by the users. Then whatever cost we are saving by the by work done by the machines, we can invest in user services or collection development. A well planned library also takes users feedback, and we can also monitor the system performance. Everything we can stay informed about the new technologies. The staff should be very aware of the latest technology in the market. The libraries and the librarian, everybody should be aware of the latest technology in the market and to provide best and latest services to the users, like access to opaque and mobile application. When opaque nowadays, not nowadays, sometime back only, 10 years back only, vendors started providing access mobile apps, so that even students with their smartphones can download mobile app and have access to the full text, e-books, e-journals, etc. This is a great value added services to the user. Now, what we need for a planning automation is collection. What are your requirements? What are the priority of your organization? Then you should collect inputs from stakeholders, users and staff. Then plan. How would you plan? First you should set the objectives, then establish timelines. Within how period you have to complete automation, when are you starting, when are you completing, and allocating resources. Technology assessment. You have to see which vendor is better in purchasing from him, and also the software's compatibility with your work requirements. Whatever is your work form is, that should match with the latest vendors solutions. And researching the vendors, attending vendors demonstration. How will you know about the vendor? By attending demonstration, by taking experts opinion and make a decision regarding automation. Budget and funding. So for everything we need money. So automation of library starts with first with software licensing. How many software license, how many people you need to have, how many staff with different responsibilities need to have. Then acquisition of hardware and other things, other small devices. Then staff training, how for money for staff training, ongoing support and training we need budget. How will you gather requirements for buying a new software? First, you should know what are your requirements or what are objectives of the library and your parent organization. Then different workflows, each section like acquisition, what are the workflows to be followed. In cataloging is easy because every vendor they focus on cataloging and circulation. So, that is easy, but acquisition and serials control only, it is very difficult. So, your manual workflow, is it matching with the automated workflows? You have to first see that whether it is aligning with your workflows. So, these should be seen. So, you have to take inputs from all the sections: acquisition, cataloging, serials control and circulation. Vendor evaluation. How will you see the vendor evaluation? Based on functionality, whether it is functional, the software is functional with regard to all the operations, reliability, scalability, ease of use. Customer support, it should also provide enough customer support. Whenever customer needs help, it should be vendor should be ready to attend to it. And cost should be also economical. We should research this. How do we do that? We go to reviewing the product. Wherever anybody is conducting any demonstration, we go and visit there, and we call him to our institutions to demonstrate, and conducting on-site visits, soliciting also, getting references about this vendor. How is this vendor, or how is he doing after implementation, is he supporting? All this you have to collect references from other libraries, whoever has bought from him. Request for proposals. When you are satisfied this vendor is satisfying all your requirements with regarding to your workflows, then you ask him to you negotiate with him about the cost and the other things. Then for this you have to pricing, you have to negotiate with him several times, and then you arrive at a price where both are satisfied. Then you will select this vendor. Vendor selection, again you have to see how vendor selection also depends upon whether the software is matching all your workflows, each and every section needs are satisfied. This decision is based on factors such as functionality, it should be functional, cost effectiveness and vendor reputation. How is the vendor reputation? How in the market, whether he is known to everybody, whether otherwise he just sells the products and run away. That is not the problem. That is not, it should not be like that. Then he should be known well, he should be a popular vendor, and we should take product from him, standardized product. We need a standardized product because it is a one time investment for us. System configuration. After selecting the vendor will give specification, he will set up the databases, customizing interfaces, user interface, how it looks, whether users are able to access all the resources effectively, and integrating with the existing workflows. How will you integrate with the existing workflows? Each and every work that is performed by the section is performed by the machine now. Data migration. Now, from the existing records, catalog records, pattern information records, circulation data records, from the existing system to the new system, it should be migrated. Data has to be taken from earlier, whatever system you have, you are using some old automation system, from that you have to migrate to the new one. So, this requires planning, cleaning of the data, whether there are any faults, whether there are any extra images, all this should be cleared, and then only we should do validation, which ensures integrity and security. Staff training. Next comes is staff should be professionally trained. They should be sent for other InflibNet or other services to other institutions to take training, and whatever new features and new advanced features are there, they should get training to that. They should be updated with the latest technology. So, training includes classroom trainings, on-site trainings, hands-on workshops and ongoing support resources. Test and quality assurance. Now, after you are satisfied with all the vendor product, you test the quality. System, how is it performing, whether system performance is good or not before deployment, before it goes live. You have to see how the system is performing. Then we should also conduct at the same time, take feedback from the users, and system integration testing you should do. Depending upon the functionality and reliability of the products, we will do that. Workflow integration. Now, we have to do the workflow integration. Whatever workflow you are performing in manually, the system is going to perform for you. So, you have to the same workflow, you need not go to the same workflow. You should re-engineer the workflow, rework out how the system is going to perform all your functions, including users' requirements. All this has be thought of, and again streamlining the process, then only workflow integration will take place. System integration. Now, libraries can integrate the automation systems with other systems. Now, other systems are what other systems? Digital repositories and discovery tools. Many vendors are coming with discovery interfaces now. That means all the resources, any type of resources will be accessed with single interface. That is a powerful interface. Any type of material within single interface you can search. So, with other systems means this integrated library system should support discovery interfaces, digital repositories and other third party services. This brings easy exchange flow of information across different systems and interfaces. User engagement. We should not keep the user away, because this library is meant for them. User services are very important. So, we should take their feedback. We should also work with them in training them. How do you train the users? By sitting with them and training them while using OPAC and providing user guides and orientation program and self-desk. Self-desk is help desk, self-help desk is there. That is, the staff will be there, but the user will be interacting with the library through OPAC. But the staff will be there, that if he makes any mistake, he should correct them and you should be ready to help them. That is user engagement. There he will be able to navigate across different resources from one in the same interface. System maintenance. How will the system be maintained? The system is already there with you. Any upgradation in the system, as per the technology, upgrades take place, and whether the vendor is trying to upgrade your system according to the latest technology. User support. We already talked about user support. We should gather the user experience about the automation system, and also orientation. Every library conducts orientation to the user, how to use the OPAC, how to use the resources, and how to use the online resources. Online resources is subject to licensing agreements. So, if you keep on downloading all the articles, it will stop your access, and all the genuine users will be stopped from getting access to the e-resources or research materials. So, you should train them how to use the e-resources for learning purposes or for study purposes. Performance evaluation. Now, the system is performing. In ongoing system, you should see whether how you evaluate your system. The system is performing well, and ongoing performance. Does it stop in between, or how it is? The vendor also will be there, and you also will be there to monitor this. Continuous improvement. Depending upon the system upgrades, adding new features. Suppose user asks, I want to have this particular thing in my system, then whether the user can support the user services, users functions, all this, and adapting the changes in, see now latest technology is mobile app. Mobile app they are able to provide, so that even the students carrying the smart mobiles, whether he is traveling anyway, with internet facility he can access all the resources of the library. With the staff should be very much active in learning latest technologies and learning computerization, because without staff's involvement, we cannot go for automation. The users also should, each staff should learn latest technologies, and they should cooperate and coordinate and work as a team. Then staff feedback we should take, because it should be tailored according to users' needs. Enhanced services. Then enhanced services, more the users should be proactive in the latest systems, and when they are changing from manual to machine system, they should learn a lot, and they should have a feeling that I am working with a computerized system. That pride in them they should carry, then only they can be motivated and they can work well. Staff should always keep learning new features that is introduced by vendor, and familiar with the technology to serve the users better, and go and attend training, professional development training, or just sit in late hours and learn with the vendor. All this needs patience by the staff, and when he is learning all these things, then nobody can, he is a master of his own. Once the system is set up and all with the configuration and all that, where the ongoing support should be given by the vendor. Then users also, we should already talked about users, training should be given enough to the users, orientation, performance evaluation, now and then continuous performance evaluation. The server should be, backup should be there, whether any data is lost or not, I think backup feature should be there, continuous improvement, and whenever there is any upgraded features, adapting technologies, that should be upgraded by the user. Benchmark libraries are those libraries who are doing very well in automation and whose services are much well talked about, and also who is very ahead of technology. So, those services, those libraries you have to visit and get an benchmark evaluation of those libraries and see what are the strengths and weaknesses of your benchmark libraries, compare it with your own libraries, see the weaknesses of your library, and also learn lessons from your unique context of your library's need and everything. By usage statistics also, you can generate report from your system and for improved services and decision making. First, we have to establish our goals and timeline. Choose appropriate software and hardware for digitization equipment. Develop metadata standards. Metadata is for online records, just like cataloging record, metadata for online records, and cataloging guidelines for digitized material. Assemble a team who are perfect in cataloging, metadata and digitization. Inventory selection. Now, we should completely take care of stock taking, that is inventory. Conduct a thorough inventory of print materials including catalog class and other print materials to be digitized. Prioritize materials. How will you prioritize materials for digitization? Depending upon their physical condition, demand and historical significance. These are the things which we have to take into care while digitization. Metadata creation and cleanup. Transcribe the metadata from the catalog card to extract from existing digital record or extract from existing digital resources. Standards and clean up metadata according to chosen standards and guidelines. After doing that, we have to assign subject headings, classification number and other relevant descriptions, keywords and all. Digitization. Now, scan or photograph the, how will you do? By scanning or photograph the materials using some proper equipment. High quality images and legible text should be there. After that, optical character resolution software should be, optical character recognition software to convert the images of text into machine readable format. Then you have to perform again whether it is accurate and reliable and completeness of the digitized materials. Map the existing catalog fields. That means whatever catalog fields are there in the manually, you should see whether the corresponding fields are available in the new automated system. Import the catalog data. You have to import the catalog data from the existing one, resolving, while importing there should not be any data discrepancies or data format issues. So, then completely provide some quality checks on the imported records to maintain accurate representation of materials. Digital preservation. How will you preserve the digital data? By file formats, thinking about file format and storage infrastructure and long tail accessibility. We should always create backup copies of all the digitized material and store them in a different location. In the event of loss, we should able to get the second hand information, first hand information or anything. Monitor the condition of digital materials and perform regular maintenance to ensure their integrity. Integrity and access. All the materials in the library should be integrated with library cataloging system. Suppose some materials we have digitized, it should be integrated with the library catalog. Means if you open the library catalog, you should be able to have access to digitized material also and print and digital resources. Create user interface. This is very important because users should be very easy to operate the opaque, or he should be able to effectively access and retrieve the digitized material. Provide tools. We should also provide tools to the users like full text, annotation and bookmarks. Whatever he wants. If he wants to download full text, if he clicks the particular button, automatically full text will be downloaded. User engagement and promotion. We know all this, we have talked about this. Users guide and users opinion is very important to maintain this terminal. Then how do you promote the availability of digital material? You have digitized some material, then how will you promote the usability? Through websites, through social media, other communication channels and news bulletins and all, you will promote that these things are digitized material which are available for use. Offer training sessions and help to develop skills for accessing. So, accessing digital materials, they need to have some skills. So, develop that by giving them training. That is very easy only, but still users should be trained in that. Evaluation and continuous improvement. Usage statistics for knowing what is the impact of digitization in your library. We will see conversion of manual catalogs to online catalog. So, mistakes take place when we entering the name, like Philip Edwin B is the name. So, when you do it, you give a surname first in library cataloging rules. So, they think that it is wrongly, it will be written as Philip B Edwin. So, how unindic names like Atma Ram, Shivakumar will be again written other way, like Ram Atma, which is not correct. Mistakes happen while rendering names, like Philip Edwin B is sometimes written wrongly as Philip B Edwin. So, and indic names like Atma Ram, Shivakumar, it should be written as it is, but it is sometimes written as Ram Atma. So, it is better to design a sheet before entering into the database. That is the worksheet. The worksheet is, all the important fields are one after that it comes. So, the catalog module, cataloging or whatever module, it is aligned with the manual, and all the commas, full stops and all it take care. So, if the staff fills this worksheet, that is author is 100, 245 is title, then place of publication is 300 is place of publication, A is place of publication, publisher and year of publication. So, this is one after other. So, the staff will not make mistakes, they can easily enter this worksheet. Before entering into the directly into the database, we can form a worksheet, and they can enter into this and then feed into the computer. Manual data entry. Manual data entry is provided, and the senior staff will check this, and before entering into the database, error free database. Data conversion services. Outside agencies are also taken sometimes to convert the back files of the long, so many years your library is established from many years and you have collection. So, that collection totally it has to be computerized, means you need an outside agency, or you need outside agency, the vendor himself will do for some cost. Bibliographic utilities. Bibliographic utilities is to import the record from OCLC, online public access catalog. No, sorry. OCLC is an organization, WorldCat. From OCLC we can download the catalog records, but one should be a member to download from OCLC. But Library of Congress is free, so you can download from that, but you can view the OCLC for correcting your mistakes. Then barcode scanning. Barcodes can be attached to the physical materials, and it can help in conducting inventory, digital inventory. Optical character recognition, again you should follow some standards, so the metadata it is reliable, and manually clearing all the mistakes, manually clearing of this data is necessary. So, spreadsheet or CSV import, either you can if not by using utilities or data conversion, you can use even spreadsheets. You can transfer your data in spreadsheets or CSV files and import them into the computerized library. So, but one should be careful about data format and structure. The small libraries you can use any software as a service by from some vendor, and small libraries depending on the collection they can only go in for cataloging and circulation, which is important. Medium size library, they have to go in for all the modules like serials management, acquisition, interlibrary loan and acquisition, interlibrary loan, circulation. All these things they should they need to have, because in the modern technology medium libraries also need to computerize all their material, and that this also provides usage statistics to take decision about collection development, improvement in user services. Large libraries should plan for more ERM, because so many e-resources, digital resources are there, electronic resource management they should see, and for this and digital repositories and all. When large libraries, when they are providing this, they need to, like InfluNet provides ERM, electronic resource management. General steps to be followed while selecting a software is: identify your requirements of the library, research options, research the vendors and pricing models, and see the credibility of the vendor. Request demos and trials. Lots of demos and trials you have to see, and then you have to select with the functionality, reliability, scalability and ease of use has to be seen. Evaluate total cost of ownership. How much is the total cost of ownership for on-site maintenance and support, initial cost, then training, everything should be included. check vendor capability, that we have seen already, credibility. Data analytics, mapping, now vendor analyzes the existing data in the library's existing system and identifies potential issues or challenges in the migration process. Data migration and transformation, while migrating the data, the existing system, whatever system you are following earlier, you have to get mapped into the new library system modules. So, this needs accuracy and proper formatting. Then data load, the vendor transforms the data into the system, validating the data integrity and resolving any issues. Vendor will be available, the system will be tested, user acceptance, users interface, whether users are able to access properly, functionalities can be checked. Training, the training should be given by online on-site training, modules training, on-site workshops, webinars and tutorials, and user manuals. User manuals are very important, and technical documentation, technically how the system has to be system performs and how the modules have to work technically for each module. They will tailor it according to our needs, and they will prepare a manual. So, documentation is very necessary to go through. The vendor also should be present at the time of implementation, and now and then in the beginning when the new automation system is implemented, the vendor should be there and ready to come all the time whenever we need support, and at the last moment any changes and all, we have to be taken care of. For example, I told serials control, managing late issues, accommodating complementary and gift issues, and damaged copy when they are replacing damaged copy, and complementary copies, all this it should accommodate. And delayed issues, and one issue comes a late February issue, if it is a monthly, and February issue comes only in November, but March issues comes earlier, should be able to accommodate all these features. So, in serial control these features should be accommodated, and in last moment any user need any new feature like mobile application downloading in mobile, that is there nowadays, but even any other features like alerts and all, they should be it should be adaptable to the new technology. And any ILS vendor, integrated library management vendor, they concentrate on only circulation and cataloging. So, serials control and acquisition also is important. So, they have to do that also. After implementation, post implementation, how does all the data look like? Whatever the data we have migrated and whatever data we have set up on any new features, everything you have to test in front of the vendor, and it is performing properly or not, and make any adjustments. Ongoing support should be given, updates, any system new software updates, any hardware updates, it should be compatible, and training and support should be provided by the vendor anytime. So, vendor's contribution is very important, because he should keep attending to all your calls and be available locally to support in the crisis, in the time of crisis, and you should see how your how your system is performing with regard to all the modules, whether your staff is trained staff are trained properly, and they are able to adapt to the new environment. This is very important, and normally these vendors nowadays provide new technologies and support services, so that they should exist in the competitive world. So, they provide many features, they also provide updated features and powered interface where all the resources can be accessed at a time. So, now we have seen about all the automation pre-implementation and post-implementation and on-site implementation, what are the problems we are having, whatever problem we have to deal with. So, each and every module has a unique feature, unique workflows. All these workflows whether are streamlined according to the manual workflows. The new integrated system should support all the features, streamlined workflows, reliability, scalability and ease of use is very important, and the vendor should be available in the beginning and attend many times come to the library many times and ready to solve your issues anytime.